There's a game being played right now. You're in the middle of it, and nobody ever told you the rules. The game is called Being Human, and here's its most amusing feature. It convinces the player that they are not the game at all. You wake up each morning feeling like a little creature inside a very big world, moving around in a body that seems to belong to you. The sky overhead, the ground beneath, and somewhere in between a nervous bundle of thoughts called me. But what if this entire picture is turned completely inside out? What if instead of being a human in the universe, you are the universe? Briefly adopting the role of a human to see what it feels like from the inside, not as metaphor, but as a simple description. Look closely at what you call your body. It's not a sealed-off object. Air passes in and out, food becomes flesh, water flows through and returns to the ground. The atoms in your bones were once drifting through stars, oceans, ancient forests. Nothing in you can honestly claim independence. The skin suggests a boundary, but it's more like a meeting place than a wall. It's where the world touches itself and says here. The habit of thinking you're a separate individual begins early. A name is given to you, and that name becomes a hook on which experiences are hung. Soon there's a story. This is my life. The story is useful, but trouble begins when the story is mistaken for the author, when the mask forgets it's being worn. From that point on, existence feels like a struggle. The universe now appears as something external, potentially hostile. Life becomes a project. Security becomes a problem. It's like a wave in the ocean, frantically trying to stop the tide. Search for the owner of this presence, and you'll find only more sensations. The center keeps dissolving into the field. This isn't a mistake. It's a clue. Consciousness is what the universe is doing when it looks at itself from a particular angle. Your eyes aren't windows you look out of. They're where the universe looks in. Your thoughts are ripples in a larger movement. Consider how effortlessly everything functions. Your heart beats without instruction. Your lungs breathe while you sleep. The same quiet order that arranges galaxies is arranging your nervous system. Yet the mind insists on taking personal credit. The result? Anxiety, guilt, pride. But the fog thins when you see the universe isn't asking you to run it. It already knows how. To say you're the universe pretending to be human isn't to deny the human role. The role is delightful. It allows wonder. The oak tree doesn't worry about fulfilling its purpose. It grows, sheds leaves, all without commentary. Your life is an unfolding process, not a test you can fail. Even confusion is part of the play. Even doubt belongs. When this is seen, even briefly, a lightness appears. There's quiet amusement. Existence is far less grim than it pretends. You're not here by accident. You're here the way a melody appears in music, the way a wave appears in water. Once the idea settles that you are the cosmos wearing a face, a strange reversal happens. How does the universe feel from here? Sounds appear, sensations register. All of it unfolds without effort, like weather passing through open space. The sense of being a separate controller begins to look suspicious. When you lift your hand, did a little commander issue the order? The strain comes from trying to add an imaginary manager to a system that never needed one. Life moves. The universe carries the show. Before any label, there's raw sensation. Color before the word blue. This immediate vividness isn't owned by anyone. Pain still hurts. But the extra layer of resistance, the insistence that this shouldn't be happening to me, begins to soften. The universe isn't attacking itself. It's tasting every possible flavor of being, including the bitter ones. Contrast makes experience sharp. Seeking completion is an expression of completeness. Like a river curving. Not because it's lost, but because flowing is what it does. When you see others as expressions of the same process, kindness stops being a moral obligation and starts looking like recognition. Forms come and go. But the activity animating them doesn't belong to the form. The wave subsides, but the ocean isn't diminished. This openness has no opinion about itself. It allows joy and sorrow with equal hospitality. Life becomes participation. The universe pretending to be human is a game of hide and seek played with infinite patience. Sometimes the disguise is convincing. Sometimes the disguise slips. In those moments there's recognition, a sense of having looked for glasses that were already on your face. Nothing mystical needs to be added. The simplicity of being aware right where you are is already the whole display. The universe isn't waiting for you to figure it out. It's enjoying the figuring, and you are exactly where it's happening. Life stops feeling like a personal performance staged for judgment. The sense of being constantly measured loosens. Standards don't disappear, but the one who felt crushed beneath them is seen as a role, not the actor behind the stage. This little pretend human role is extraordinarily convincing. It generates memories, futures, and identities. None survive inspection. You don't need to hold yourself together. The effort to maintain control was always unnecessary, like gripping water in a clenched fist. Daily life doesn't turn mystical. Dishes still need washing. The difference? These events are movements in a much wider field. Personality traits are flavors, not the meal. The universe tastes itself as generosity in one moment, hesitation in the next. Silence isn't the absence of noise. It's the space in which noise appears. You don't have to reach it. You cannot lose it. A flower doesn't need a mission statement. Its color and shape aren't means to an end. They are the end, simply by being expressed. There's surprising intimacy with ordinary moments. A cup held in the hand, light falling on a wall. These no longer feel trivial. They feel complete. When fear arises, it's met differently. Fear is recognized as energy, not prophecy. It passes like everything else. Love shifts. It becomes recognition without demand. You see yourself in others not as similarity but as shared being. No peak experience required. The universe doesn't ask its human expression to stay awakened. Remembering and forgetting are part of the play. Life lives itself, and you discover you've always been that living. You're not a visitor passing through reality. You're reality passing through a name, a body, a story. You're the universe exploring one of its countless possibilities. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing needs fixing at the deepest level. The universe is doing what it does best, appearing as everything. And when the pretending relaxes even slightly, something quiet becomes obvious. You are what has always been looking through your eyes.